Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Ooh, I had a bit of a rough week there. I went 1-3 on the college side, but kind of made up for it by going 3-1 on the NFL side. And yes, I was actually rather surprised by how well the Vikings played, and the Chargers made a good run at giving me a losing record for the week, but thankfully the Chiefs came back on that one. Added to all of that, my COVID shot that I was supposed to get on Friday got bumped back to Monday, so if I start sounding weird, that's what's going on there. I'm still feeling the side effects of it. So, obviously, in the college games I picked, I was done in by Rutgers, Alabama, and Florida International, and the last one of those three really does still surprise me. And the only thing that kept me from going winless was Oklahoma rallying with a pick six and a 2-point conversion to beat Auburn. Anyway, there's going to be a slight schedule change with some of the videos coming up soon. We'll get to that in the wrap-up section, but also, episodes are going to start being shorter as we're only doing 6 games from pretty much here on out. This week's games are Houston taking on TCU, Boston College taking on Virginia, Purdue taking on Wisconsin. Then on the NFL side, we have Buffalo taking on Houston, Cleveland taking on Washington, and the New York Giants taking on Seattle. All right, let's get to this.
DP Body Tone. More than a roar, with new models featuring orbital arm action, with incline resistance and multiple aerobic exercises for the total body. DP Body Tone, fit for life.
I feel so good. You know, the weirdest things happened to me, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I mean, here I am stocking up for Halloween. I got my steaks, got my ribs. Then when I asked the stock boy where the Coors Light is stacked, he points me to the Coors and Coors Light Halloween display, and I'm on it. Whoa, it's like deja vu. Whoa, it's like deja vu. Look for it where you buy beer. I shop here because they slash prices. There goes another one. Happy Halloween, darling.
There's an odd, unexplainable phenomenon haunting Pizza Hut. Is it another worldly spirit compelling these people to eat their pizza the wrong way? No, it's new stuffed crust pizza with a ring of cheese baked in the edge of a totally new, thinner crust. And with a large just $9.99, every living person will be eating it the wrong way, crust first.
Hey, look! I'm eating like a fleshy too!
And even some not so living.
You'll love the stuff we made at Pizza Hut.
Our first matchup features the Houston Cougars taking on the TCU Horned Frogs, and at the rate they've been playing this season, Houston may have actually been better fielding a team of actual Cougars. By which, of course, I mean romantically assertive middle-aged women. They only have one win so far over crosstown rival Rice, and they've lost to UNLV, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and they were just recently shut out by Iowa State. Texas Tech transfer Donovan Smith has yet to really pan out a quarterback, and they haven't exactly been able to build up much of an offense. Like I said, they just got shut out. Now, TCU has fared slightly better in this season. They've won 3 games over Stanford, Long Island University, a school that I was surprised to see actually had a football team. And of course, they've also just recently defeated Kansas. That being said, they've had some tough losses too to both Central Florida and crosstown rival Southern Methodist. It does appear that the college football playoff days are long over, and they're about to hit a really tough part of the schedule, having to face the likes of Texas Tech, Utah, and Oklahoma State over their next 4 games. Still, they have a very solid receiving core in the likes of Joe Manjack and Stephen Johnson. That being said, I do think the Horned Frogs defense is a little bit lacking, as the only one that was really held in check was Long Island University, and again, still mystified that Long Island University has a football team. Still, the Horned Frogs are definitely a better Hypnotoad and will win the Hypnotoad over their Hypnotoads. All praise and glory to the Hypnotoad.
Bandages, aisle 10.
This Halloween, you'll notice some new faces at CVS Pharmacy.
Pain reliever, aisle 12.
But don't worry, they're as cuddly as can be. You'll only find these Halloween beanbag collectibles at CVS. We've even got the classic films that inspired them. So stop by today.
Mommy, I want this one too.
Care that touches everyone.
One at a time.
CVS.
You know what kids love? Monsters. I'm Gorgonzola, one of the new Monster vitamins. We come in a haunted house, 7 of us.
I'm Screaming Mimi.
I'm Squeaky.
I'm the blob.
We're delicious. Mom, we think children should get vitamins by eating right, but when they don't, monsters can help. New Monster vitamins and Monster vitamins with iron. Look for the haunted house in your favorite store.
You're lost!
Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you. Check local listings.
On a much lighter note, we have 2 of the more pleasant surprises in our next game between Boston College and Virginia. So far this season, Boston College has done exceedingly well, with their only loss being to Missouri, and huge wins over Florida State, Michigan State, and Western Kentucky, as we appear to be seeing the slow resurrection of Bill O'Brien's career. Yeah, I know it didn't end particularly well in Houston, but he was never really that terrible a coach, just a horrible general manager, and when he lost that job in Houston, I said I thought it would make a bit more sense for him to return to the college ranks where he could have a little more control. Quarterback Thomas Castellanos has provided stability, while the 1-2 running attack of Kai Robichaux and Trayvon Ward are definitely leading the way. On the other side, we have the reclamation of Virginia football underway under coach Tony Elliott. The Cavaliers have wins over Wake Forest, Richmond, and Coastal Carolina, and their only loss this year was to Maryland, a school I have to keep reminding myself is in the Big Ten. Quarterback Anthony Cardona has led a skilled but turnover-prone offense, and the defense has played really solid. Added to that, the Cavaliers will be having home field advantage during this game, which should be a very exciting and close game. However, in the end, I do think Boston College is maybe just a little bit more talented, and they're going to pull off a late score to get the victory. So yeah, I'm picking Boston College to win this.
Scrubbing mildew stains is a monstrous job, so instead, spray on Tilex. With Tilex Instant Mildew Stain Remover, mildew stains vanish with no scrubbing. Tilex, it makes a monstrous job easy.
Nothing can stop him. Gorzak, you speak.
Swing your axe!
Gorzak obeys.
Attack!
Only your voice controls him. You can get Gorzak up to 20 commands.
Look out! Smash the enemy now!
Gorzak, the monster you control. Voice controlled Gorzak. Batteries, figures, and vehicles not included.
Saturday on Maggie. A neighbor loses her ring at the party, and they find it in the kid. Then, an old boyfriend ties the knot, but Cassie loosens it up.
You wanted to get married? In Kansas, it was the local custom.
Making a living. And love isn't only for the living when a phantom bride takes the honeymoon cruise aboard the Love Boat. And on Fantasy Island, an ordinary girl becomes queen of the druids, while an ordinary guy discovers a different kind of fantasy.
Saturday, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Our next game features the Purdue Boilermakers traveling to Wisconsin to take on the Badgers, so jump around, jump around, jump, jump, Jump. Now, the Boilermakers have been struggling all season. They're 1-3 and just fired their offensive coordinator. Their only victory came over FCS opponent Indiana State. Added to that, they are both blown out by Notre Dame and Nebraska, and Coach Walters is definitely on the hot seat going into this. Wisconsin has been hit and miss this season. They got blown out big by Alabama, so no real shock there, but they just blew a major lead against USC in a game they could have won and really set themselves up for something special. Added to that, their starting quarterback was Tyler Van Dyke, who just tore his ACL and was out for the season, and he just got replaced by Braden Locke. Now, the Badgers continue to focus on their main success, which is running the ball, and outside of the Bama game, the defense has actually been pretty strong. So, all in all, yeah, Wisconsin's a better team. They're probably going to blow out Purdue here and win this one rather handily.
McDonald's presents Halloween certificates.
The trick. Go for the good stuff. McDonald's certificates. They get the fudgy sundaes, delicious cookies, wonderful pies. But how do I know which house has them? You'll know when you see this.
Buy 12 McDonald's certificates for $1 and get a free pumpkin decal for your door.
I see one, look!
So kids will know where to get what they really want. McDonald's Halloween gift certificates.
Leg security system. It won't cost you an arm and a neck.
Hey, this year, give Easter Seals safe Halloween coupons. The coupons are easily redeemable for free treats at many local businesses. Treat our kids with care.
Every minute, the terror gets closer.
Cooper, you gotta help me out!
Every second, the tension gets deadlier.
It's all right, don't shoot!
Every moment could be your last. George Romero's all-new Night of the Living Dead. Rated R. Starts Friday, October 19th at select theaters.
All right, our fourth matchup as we move on to the NFL side is the Buffalo Bills taking on the Houston Texans. A game between two teams whose facade has been dented in recent weeks. The Texans lost big time to the Minnesota Vikings and then struggled to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you can tell they're definitely missing the stability that Joe Mixon provided at running back. And now C.J. Stroud is far too reliant on the passing game, which, can be a good thing at times. However, that can also lead to shortened drives, a lot of turnovers, shortened possession periods, which allow teams to get back in or even take the lead. Not to mention they've had penalties up the yin-yang. All of this winds up placing up more pressure on the defense as well. On the other end, you have the Bills, who just got blown up by the Ravens on Sunday Night Football in a game they were never really in. You know it's going bad when the Ravens fumble the ball and still wind up scoring a touchdown, so yeah, it was that kind of game. In the long run, I think the Bills really need to study the game between Houston and Jacksonville so they can work on game management and maybe even how to pressure a mobile quarterback like C.J. Stroud. Their offense needs to work their wide receivers into the game a little bit more. I feel like Benjamin and Shakir are definitely being underutilized. So all in all, I do think the Bills are maybe a bit more solid team than the Texans, but I think the Texans are somehow going to walk away with this one. I think the Bills got exposed on Sunday night, and they're going to need to go back to the drawing board on some of their defense. So yeah, I'm picking the Texans in a close one here.
Guess what? You're invited to the Halloween party of the year. Miller Lite's big Halloween haunt.
Right, big man. 160 very lucky people will be flown to Universal Studios Hollywood.
Find this special can hidden in 12 packs and cases of Miller Lite. It's your invitation to go.
Oh, it's 45,000 on the prizes. Details from Miller Lite. It's gold.
Man, it's going to be a scream.
Do it! No! Do it!
Never!
And I will!
No! Ah! No!
Drink Bud Ice. But beware the penguins.
Tomorrow, Benson's a jailbird.
I'm an undercover budget director. And I was the official photographer for Chuck and Di's wedding.
Then, here come those Rock'em Sock'em record breakers on David Frost's all-new 3rd International Guinness Book of World Records. Then, crime strikes the city streets without warning. Now, you finally have someone on your side.
There should be no more killings.
The special 90-minute premiere of Strike Force.
Tomorrow, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain on ABC.
Our next matchup is the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders, and yeah, the bloom is definitely off the Cleveland Rose here. The Browns' defense has kept them competitive, however, their offense, mainly Deshaun Watson, can't seem to get them over the hump. On the plus side, offensively, the Browns do have a very solid running game, and it's still not known whether Nick Chubb is actually going to be returning soon or not. I don't think he's going to be playing in this game anyway. But still, they've been able to move the ball very well. The problem is they just can't score, and it's all going to come down to Deshaun Watson. I mean, there's no Joe Flacco to come in the game right now. Well, not in Cleveland anyway. On the other hand, the Commanders are definitely flying high at 3-1, having just blown out the Arizona Cardinals. Jaden Daniels is definitely the Rookie of the Year frontrunner. He's been playing extremely well as the defense. That being said, Daniels is definitely facing the best defense he'll be playing so far this season, and yeah, the Commanders are going to need to score touchdowns here. They can't just settle for field goals. Like I said, I do think the Browns' defense can keep them in this game, however, they're just going to be held back too much by their offense. The Commanders are probably going to hold on for the victory here, maybe score a late touchdown or field goal to seal everything. So yeah, I'm going to pick Washington to win this one.
Don't be scared. I'm the super sweet monster with the super sweet new cereal, Count Chocula.
Biffle, here's the super sweet new cereal, Frankenberry.
But I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Well, I got berry-flavored sweeties for monster strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
Frankenberry.
Hi.
Frankenberry.
Count Chocula.
The ultimate in terror is here. Phantasm. If this one doesn't scare you, you're already dead. Phantasm, rated R.
A costume is the most important thing. Scary will get you points with your friends, but cute gets the goods.
Target has everything for Halloween experts, from bags of Mars fun-sized candy bars to these Disney Halloween videos for just $9.99 each.
I've been working in this neighborhood for 3 years now. You learn. There's the Wilson's house. They gave out rice cakes last year. They won't be seeing much traffic this year.
Our final contest sees the New York Giants taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And speaking of teams that just can't seem to get over the hump, the New York Giants. I mean, outside of the first week of the season, the Giants have actually played well enough to win most of their games, but they just haven't. I don't know how much of it is lackluster play from Daniel Jones. I don't know how much of it may be injuries. To be honest, Jones hasn't played too terribly, and I do think Devin Singletary has at least solidified the running back position to an extent, and Malik Neighbors is definitely a star in the making, so they do have those things going for them. Now, I took these notes before the Monday night game, so when I was writing them, the Seahawks were technically still undefeated. Now, they obviously aren't. Still, I do think they're playing really well. Geno Smith... Still, the Seahawks are playing pretty well. Geno Smith has definitely regained his form from a couple years ago. I know a lot of people have maligned the running game, but I think they've actually been playing pretty well, especially now that Kenneth Walker III is back, and the defense has definitely improved. That being said, let's face it, the Seahawks have proven themselves. They're probably going to win this game, probably by at least double digits, so yeah, I'm picking the Seahawks to win this one. Pretty quick to end here. All right, we'll come back to wrap things up soon.
October is a great month for parties, but don't run out of stuff. AM/PM's Party Zone specials can save you. All month long, 12 packs of Bud Miller and Coors at just $6.49. And you can pick up what you need to start a party cheap and easy. And grab 2 Oscar Mayer hot dogs for only 79 cents with a drink purchase. Everything you need for fun is at the Party Zone at AM/PM. As for guests, you're on your own. Get more, spend less at AM/PM.
Hey, kids! Here comes Peter Pumpkin. For a safe Halloween, do what Peter does. Wear a light-colored costume short enough so you don't trip. If you wear a mask, make sure you can see. Makeup's better. Don't crisscross the street. Call on one side, then the other. Parents, set boundaries, and it's time to be home. Carry a flashlight for extra safety. And let's all have a safe Halloween.
Your one-stop party centers wants to make sure you have one yell of a Halloween. Sam's Party Centers has everything for Halloween, and it's all 50% off our ticketed prices. 50% off the largest selection of Halloween merchandise in St. Louis. Costumes from infant to adult, licensed characters, makeup and accessories, wigs and beards, masks that'll scare the yell out of you. Sam's has it all at 50% off our ticketed prices now through Halloween. Sam's, your one-stop Halloween party centers.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I like TCU over Houston, Boston College over Virginia, and Wisconsin over Purdue. Then on the NFL side, I like Houston over Buffalo, Washington over Cleveland, and Seattle over the Giants. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a schedule change with the next set of videos. Now, the next video is still going to be the recap and review for WWE Bad Blood. However, I intended for the next video to possibly be the random trade review on the remainder of the Gold Digger Archives Volume 1, but that's getting a little out of hand, and added to that, the games we're going to be covering next week include Florida International versus Liberty, Washington versus Iowa, and Ole Miss versus LSU. Then on the pro sides, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers, and the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, here's the thing. That Florida International Liberty matchup is a Tuesday game, meaning I am going to have to try to get that up before the game takes place, so that episode will probably be up on Tuesday, the time I had originally intended to upload the random trade review episode. So that's going to get pushed back to about Thursday or Friday of next week. I hope you understand the reasoning behind that. After that will hopefully be the recap and review for AEW Wrestle Dream 2024. And then, of course, the Week 8 predictions, which will include East Carolina versus Army, Georgia Tech versus Notre Dame, and Alabama versus Tennessee in the third Saturday of October. On the pro side, we have Denver taking on New Orleans, Miami taking on Indianapolis, and the LA Chargers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, so that should square everything away for the future. Again, hope you understand the schedule changing in the format there. Again, hopefully this all makes sense. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so that way you can be alerted to further videos. Now stay tuned for Everybody Loves Hypnotoad.